The ocean is vast, unforgiving, and excellent at keeping secrets. But sometimes, it gives us a riddle that refuses to be solved. Imagine finding a house with the front door open, dinner on the table, and the fireplace still warm, but the family is gone. Now, imagine that house is floating in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, hundreds of miles from land. This is the story of the Mary Celeste. A ship found in perfect condition, sailing under full sail, without a single soul on board. Where did they go? Why did they leave a perfectly safe ship to die in the open water? Welcome to Secret World Stories. Today, we investigate the ghost ship that sailed itself. It was the afternoon of December 4, 1872. A British brigantine called the Dei Grazia was sailing about 400 miles east of the Azores. Captain David Morehouse spotted a vessel about 5 miles off. He recognized her. It was the Mary Celeste. But something was wrong. The ship was yawing, swinging back and forth in the wind. Her sails were set in a way that didn't make sense for the current weather. Morehouse signaled the ship. No answer. He signaled again. Silence. Morehouse sent a boarding party consisting of his first mate, Oliver DeVoe, and 2 others. As they climbed aboard the Mary Celeste, they expected to find a sick crew, or perhaps a ship ravaged by a storm. Instead, they found silence. The deck was empty. The wheel was unsecured. But the ship wasn't a wreck. It was seaworthy. There was plenty of food, 6 months' worth of provisions were stored in the hold. There was plenty of fresh water. You might have heard the legends, that hot food was found on the table or a pipe was still smoking. Those are myths added by fiction writers later on. But the reality was just as eerie. The crew's oilskin coats and rain gear were gone, but their personal belongings, pipes, tobacco, family heirlooms, were left behind. Sailors never abandoned ship without their pipes. So, who vanished? There were 10 people on board. Captain Benjamin Briggs, a man known for his strict discipline and abstinence from alcohol. His wife, Sarah. Their 2-year-old daughter, Sophia. And a crew of 7 experienced sailors. They had set sail from New York on November 7th, heading for Genoa, Italy. Their cargo: 1,701 barrels of denatured alcohol, industrial strength, poisonous, and highly flammable. When the boarding party reached the captain's cabin, they found the ship's log. The final entry was dated November 25, 9 days before the ship was found. It stated they were passing the island of Santa Maria. Everything seemed normal. So what happened in those 9 days? Let's look at the forensic evidence. Clue number 1, the lifeboat. The Mary Celeste carried one yawl boat tied to the main hatch. It was gone. This tells us the evacuation was likely voluntary. They weren't washed overboard, they left. Clue number 2. A frayed rope. A strong line was found trailing in the water behind the ship. Some believe the lifeboat was tied to the Mary Celeste to wait out a danger, but the line snapped. Clue number 3. The water in the hold. There was about 3.5 feet of water in the bilge. Now, for a ship this size, that's a bit messy, but not dangerous. The ship wasn't sinking. But, the pump had been dismantled on the deck. Why? Over the last 150 years, dozens of theories have surfaced. First, mutiny or piracy. The De Grazia crew was actually suspected of murdering the Mary Celeste crew for the salvage money. But the court found no signs of violence. Second, a waterspout or seaquake. Could a sudden waterspout have terrified the captain? Maybe. But the ship suffered almost no damage. This brings us to the most likely theory, the alcohol explosion. Fumes built up in the hold. A pressure explosion blew off the main hatch cover. Captain Briggs, fearing the ship was about to blow sky high, ordered everyone into the lifeboat. They tied the lifeboat to the Mary Celeste with a long rope, planning to trail behind until the fumes cleared. But the wind picked up. The heavy rope snapped. The Mary Celeste, with her sails set, picked up speed and sailed away. The crew, in a tiny lifeboat, was left alone in the middle of the Atlantic. They would have perished from exposure or thirst within days. The Mary Celeste was considered cursed. It changed owners 17 times before being intentionally wrecked in Haiti. We will never know for sure what happened in those final panic-stricken moments. Did they watch their ship, their only hope, sail away into the horizon without them? The ocean kept the ship, but it swallowed the secret of the crew. What do you think happened? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this mystery, hit that like button and subscribe to Secret World Stories. I'll see you in the next one.